Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Catherine. Today we're going to do a short practice that can be incorporated into your morning or evening. People often ask, what is one posture I could start to add every day if I'm starting a yoga practice? And these are just a few things that may help to wake up the body first thing in the morning or prepare the body for sleep at the end of the day. This practice is great because you don't need any yoga props. You don't even need a yoga mat. So if you're practicing on a carpet somewhere at home or if you're traveling, you don't need anything special. If you have blankets or pillows, you could certainly add them in for added comfort, but it's not necessary. So we'll begin anywhere in any seat that you're in, maybe cross-legged, or your legs may be straight out if that's more accommodating to the knees. Find a position that feels good for you now. And as you arrive, let the hands rest down by the sides or on your legs, maybe bringing one hand to the heart center, one hand to the abdomen. Let the arms and the hands rest where they're comfortable. And start to roll the shoulders back down and away. Rolling the shoulders one direction and then maybe the other. Maybe beginning to soften the gaze or close the eyes down just for a moment here to take a couple breaths. Taking a couple intentional breaths, breathing in fully, maybe closing or sealing the lips, feeling the breath move in and out through the nostrils. And on the exhale, feel and notice if there's any place in your body that's holding tension right now. Any place that may feel just a little bit of discomfort, send the breath there. Taking a couple more deep breaths in and out like that, breathing in deeply through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And if it feels right for you, you might set an intention here. It may just be one word or a full statement. Whether you're practicing in the morning or the evening, your intention might be something for the day ahead or a statement of gratitude for the day that is coming to a close. Whatever it is, repeat your intention here 2 or 3 times in the present tense. Nice. On the next breath, start to flutter the eyes open. If they're closed, take the hands down by the sides. Start to reach the palms slowly up towards the sky, coming to a wide V. Exhale, flip the palms, lower the hands back down. Keeping the spine somewhat straight here, we'll start to lift the hands again towards a wide V, maybe a little more narrow this time. Rotating the palms down, lower down again. On the next breath, maybe the hands come all the way together now, maybe the gaze follows. Pressing the palms of the hands gently together, lower the hands to the heart center, and maybe the chin lowers down to the chest, getting a little bit of a stretch in the back of the neck. Nice. Pausing here, start to interlace your fingers. Flip the palms, keep as much of a bend in the elbows as the shoulders like, and start to press the hands up towards the ceiling. Feeling the spine lengthen, feeling the ribs draw down. Find a nice stretch here. You could come a little bit over towards the right or a little bit over towards the left. Getting a little side body sway and motion. Listen to your body. Maybe staying straight up towards the sky feels best. Now coming back to center slowly with each breath, coming back to that breath at the beginning, lower the palms of the hands to press towards the front. Lowering the hands to a level that feels good, maybe stopping right around chest or shoulder level. Feel the palms of the hands press back a little bit more. You might keep the back straight here if it feels better to lower the chin a little bit and round the spine. You might notice how that feels, and then come back up to straight. Slowly lower the hands all the way down to the lap. As you get closer towards your legs, you could flip the palms back. And then bringing the hands together, circle out the wrist a little bit one way, and then the other way. Nice. Taking a little gentle neck stretch. Maybe adjusting the legs if you need to change the seating. Take the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Not too far. Let the right shoulder drop down and away. Notice how this feels. Maybe it feels nice to extend the fingertips to the mat or the floor, and you might take one hand to gently support the head. Not press the head deeper into a stretch, just support it. Check in here, see how the side of the neck feels. Maybe the nose or the chin takes a gentle movement up or down. Breathe here. And then gently release the head, release the hand. Take the opposite ear down towards the shoulder. Same thing, let the shoulder drop down and away from the ear. Maybe the fingertips extend. Maybe the hand comes on top of the head. If one side feels particularly nice, stay a little bit longer. Feel free to make it your own practice. Stay for 5 to 10 breaths, finding that gentle movement. Maybe just the eyes move or the nose or the chin until you feel the spot down the side of the neck that feels just right. Gently releasing the hand, releasing the head, coming back up to neutral. Nice, we'll make our way into a tabletop position. So finding wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. If this doesn't support your wrist, then you could come down to forearms and let the forearms rest down on the mat, or add any props that help to support. If you need to place a blanket under the knees, take the time to do that. Once you arrive in this tabletop position, gaze is down, the spine is straight. Start to lower the abdomen towards the mat, draw the nose up towards the sky. Find a little bit of extension through the spine, and then begin to slowly round the spine. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Gaze down, let the head be heavy. Finding a couple more rounds of cat-cow at a pace that feels right for your body. So going as fast or as slow. Feel where the body is initiating the movement. Is it coming from the lowest part of the spine, or is it coming from the pelvis or the heart? No judgment, just feel what you feel. And send the breath exactly where it needs to go, continuing to breathe. We'll start to add a little more movement. So now starting to bring the hips down towards the heels. Circle the hips down, around, and back. So the shoulders are still coming up towards the wrist. The hips come down, around, and back a couple times. Doesn't matter which way you went. We're going to change direction. So whichever way you were circling, start to switch direction to go the other way. Circling the hips a couple times the opposite way. And then meeting back in that neutral tabletop, we'll do the same thing to the torso. So taking some big torso rolls, let the ribs come down, around, and up. You can have a nice gentle bend of the elbows here. Circling down, around, and up. And then start to change direction, going down, around, and up the other way. Last cat-cow movement here. You might start to circle the shoulders around the wrist. Finding a little bit of a gentle wrist release. Maybe the fingers start to point towards the sides of the mat. And you sweep side to side here. Slowly making your way back to bringing the hands together. We'll start to bring all of that together. So circle the shoulders around the wrist, come back through center, and let the hips come down, around, and out. So we're making like a big figure 8 on the mat, finding lots of smooth movement. Maybe even closing your eyes as you do this. Listen to your body, see what feels good. Maybe changing direction, letting the body move the other way. Waking up the hips, releasing through the shoulders, the side body. Take your time to come back through neutral, and then we're going to sit the hips back, reach the hands forward, come to a child's pose. Knees could be wide or knees could be together. Maybe the forehead touches down to the mat. You might bring the hands to come underneath the forehead. For a little bit more side body stretch, maybe walk the hands off the side of the mat, taking one hand on top of the other. Breathing here. And then walking the hands back through center. One hand on top of the other, waking up, releasing the other side of the body from the fingertips all the way down towards the hip. Bringing the hands back through center. Start to pull the chest forward, come back up through a tabletop position. And then coming back towards your seat, we'll come to what's called a half butterfly. So extending one leg out, bring the other foot in. The knee might be lifted, maybe you have a blanket under the knee. The foot could be as close to the leg or as far away as you land. Arriving here, we're going to take, if your right leg is extended, we're going to take the right hand across over to the left knee. Get a little bit of a twist. Let that right hip come with you. Left shoulder drops down and away. Find a very gentle twist through the torso here. One more breath this direction. And then we'll start to take the right hand back towards the side of the right leg. Take the left hand over towards the leg too. So the shoulders and the hips square off towards the leg that's straight. And you can begin to walk down closer towards that leg. Going as though the nose was coming towards the direction of the knee, although that's not the goal. You might even take the left hand and cross the hand over the leg, feeling a deeper opening down the left shoulder, back body. Breathing here, seeking maybe 5 full breaths, whether the hand is crossed over the leg or maybe both hands are on the sides of the leg. With each exhale, you might be slowly melting just a little bit closer towards the leg, or not. Soften through the neck, soften through the jaw. Take your time to slowly walk the hands back in and up. Coming back to the center, we'll bring both soles of the feet together to a full butterfly. Maybe the hands come to the feet, the spine is up nice and tall, your heart is over your hips, your head is over the heart. You might take this opportunity to give your feet or your ankles a nice little massage. And if you choose, you might start to extend forward, melting down a little bit closer towards the feet. The feet could be as far away from the body or as close to the body as they are today. If you had blankets or pillows, you might even have those resting underneath your knees for added support. Taking another 2 to 3 breaths here, whether you're sitting up straight or slowly extending forward with each breath. Take your time with the next breath or 2 to slowly walk the spine back up, lifting the heart, lifting the head if you're folded over. And now take the opposite leg to extend long. Coming to the other side, letting the leg extend long, the other foot come close in. You might take the hand now to sweep over, taking that twist the opposite direction. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Lift the heart, lift the chest nice and proud. Use the inhale to find length and the exhale to feel the ribs guide the twist a little bit more to the side here. Not forcing any movement, just guiding the body into a gentle release. On the next breath, start to unwind the twist. Bring the opposite hand to the side of the leg. Square off the shoulders and hips to face the long, stretched out leg. And begin to walk the hands down the leg, bringing the nose towards the direction of the knee. Maybe taking that inner hand to reach to the outer side. For a different sensation, different stretch on this side of the body, know that one side might feel totally different than the other, and that's okay. That's all part of the balance and the alignment of the practice. Breathe here for another 2 to 3 breaths. Relaxing the facial muscles, relaxing the mouth, the jaw, the neck. know if it starts to feel like it's too much of a stretch, you can always start to work your way back out, not forcing our bodies to go too far too fast, especially if it's first thing in the morning. And take your time with the next couple breaths to walk the hands back in, lift the head, lift the heart. Come back to neutral, start to walk both feet out. We're going to roll down to our backs, so bringing the feet about shoulder width apart. Start to come down to your forearms or elbows. Finishing our practice here, let the knees rest together, maybe turn the heels out just a little bit. If it feels nice to sway the knees side to side, you could find any other last release here, or begin to let the knees rest together. If you had a blanket as part of your practice, you might even rest the blanket either over your knees or over your stomach, torso area. Maybe taking the hands down to the sides, closing down the eyes here for just a few moments, feeling length through the neck, feeling the natural curve of the spine, feeling the feet grounded and supported by the surface beneath you. Start to let the breath come back to a natural breath, natural flow in and out. Releasing any effort, releasing any doing, just allowing the body to be here and now. Taking your time to remain here for as long as you would like today, or begin to scan the body from the toes to the feet, all the way up the legs, scanning up the spine to the crown of the head, the brain, sending lots of love and gratitude and appreciation to your entire body for taking this time to start or end your day with a gentle, conscious movement. You might start to wiggle your fingers and toes and let the knees come towards one side, maybe using your hand or your arm as a pillow to support the head. And taking your time to move from your back to your side and then back up to any comfortable seat in your own time, your own pace. Coming back up when you feel ready. Maybe the hands come to the heart center or the space between the eyes. With so much love and gratitude, thank you so much for joining.